I'm Jodi Duncan, AIFD, and welcome to December. We are so excited to bring an unconventional Christmas tree to you this month. And I love this time of year. I love the holiday season. We're going to look at the ilex berry and talk about how to construct a Christmas tree that's not necessarily made out of Christmas greenery. So the way this design started was on the foundation of the Oasis design ring, which these are fantastic. They come in many different sizes and you can water right into the center, which is fantastic for the holidays because we all have entertaining to do, and you can throw this up in your entryway or for a corporate account and then just tell your client to water the center of it and it will stay fresh throughout the holiday. So this is the foundation for our tree. And what we do is we have just a little bit of long needle pine and some fir. Now I went ahead and cut the evergreen into short little pieces off of the long boughs, the big boxes of the mixed greens, and I'm angling these into the center so that it covers that plastic ring. It's not laying down quite on top of it, but it just hovers above the bottom of the tray so that it can fill with water. And we're just kind of making a little bit of a nest here. And I'm angling these so that they almost make like a wagon wheel effect. They're not just straight insertions. So that takes care of covering the inside of the tray. It just is a really interesting textures and nice depth that's happening just with the long needle pine. And then with the fir, you do the same thing and take the long pieces and cut them just into short little bundles. And I'm just gonna clip these down and I'm inserting them all at an angle so they're kind of curving around the circle. I just think it adds a little bit of line. There's a lot happening here and it can get really busy really fast. So with all of the texture that happens on evergreen, if it can all be facing the same direction, I think it just quiets things down and adds a little more interest. And you kind of get the idea of what's happening here. You can see that it just is going right around the edge and it's all kind of in an angle where it's curving around. The same thing on the inside. So now that our wreath form is complete, the inside is all filled in, the edges are all filled in, we just have a little bit of the top here. And I've got some sheet moss that I'm going to use for that. So I'm just going to lay this in. You could go in and secure it with greening pins, but we have more insertions to go. So I'm not really worried about the security of it because our placements themselves will help fill that in. And then I'm going to start with the ilex berries. Now, I've already abstracted the stems by pulling off all the foliage because it just gets a little messy and a little busy. I'm not crazy about that look. And all you've got to do is insert them right into the center of the foam. So now we're going to complete the insertions for our ilex tree. We've got 2 more to go, and I'm just going to put one at 6 and one at 12 right here into our Oasis wreath. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit of our bind wire to gather it all at the top. If you were ever in Girl Scouts or in Boy Scouts, you remember the TP fire building technique. That's essentially what's happening here, except with flowers. So it's a little prettier and a lot more fun, and certainly more festive. So now it's time to add some red ranunculus, and I love them at Christmas time. And I also love these wood chips from UCI. They come in a couple different sizes. The assortment that I'm using today is the smaller size, but there is a larger size as well. But they all come pre-drilled with this wonderful little hole. So we're going to thread that right through our ranunculus. We're actually going to use a couple because if one's good, then 2's better. And then they'll go right down into our Oasis wreath. So it gives it a woodsy, organic look, but it's in an unexpected way. We've seen wood discs before. Heaven knows we've seen them used to death with mason jars and burlap. But to use them like this is completely different. It's a little bit European inspired, and it's a really clean, fun way to add some wood. So again, just give them a cut, pick out a few of your favorite wood discs, thread them right onto the stem, and then I'm kind of inserting these just at an angle and moving the moss around those insertions just because we want to make sure our foam is completely covered. We are professionals that know our foam is always supposed to be covered. So we're adding a little bit of depth and texture into this arrangement with the wood discs and with the wonderful petals. I love all the high petal count from the ranunculus. So now that we've completed the base of our ilex tree using our ranunculus and our wood discs, we're going to move on to finishing out our tree. And the way we're going to do that is with some lily grass. Now I know that's completely unconventional. We're used to heavy, woody, evergreen branches, and we used those, but just in an unconventional way for our basing technique. But what we're going to do now is add these long, lovely pieces in. Now, I've taken the liberty of cutting off the white ends. Whenever you get lily grass, there's a lot of white and some real gnarly looking stuff at the base. I went ahead and I clipped all that right off so that we have these nice supple green pieces. And all we're gonna do is make our lily grass into stickers. And we can do that by using some U-glue dashes. So we're gonna stick that right on the back of the grass and peel it off. And then we're just gonna thread it right through our tree. And you can just make sure that it adheres to the berries or the branches, it really doesn't matter. And you can see how quick that was. This might look like it's really tedious, but it's not. I had someone recently ask me, well, Jodi, can you even design without U-glue? I said, yes, and I can also cook without electricity or gas, but I don't have to. That's the beauty of it. So with U-glue, it's just gonna give us that sense of security and stability and good mechanics so that it doesn't fall apart. And I just love how that something so light and so simple, like the lily grass, has so much presence because of the repetition. You just build it and start at the bottom and layer them in horizontally. Again, a sticker on the back will hold them in place and make sure that they're secure. So you can peel those little dashes right off. And then magically and beautifully, because it's the season for that, the lily grass becomes a Christmas tree branch. I love the look of that. It's red, it's green, it's woodsy, it's clean. It's something that will last through lots of holiday parties and entertaining and gifts around the tree. It's great for a corporate account. It's wonderful to put in your home, and it's something that you can take and make for your clients. And from all of us at Mayesh, we wish you a wonderful and happy holiday season and a fantastic new year.